Hey, help support the show by joining the Patreon or becoming a YouTube member. Also, hit that like button to subscribe if you want more Cavs-focused content. Oh, yeah. Now that is a performance in a big game for the Cavaliers. That is what I like to see from this unit. I say it all the time. I'm going to continue to say it. When the Cavs play the defense that they're capable of playing, when they play with defensive intensity and effort, and tonight I saw George Niang dive for a basketball. Cavs are damn near up 40 points. That's what I'm talking about. The Cavs went up by 20 in the first half, and they doubled it. I love that tenacity from this squad because that was something that I was worried about, right? Sometimes they would get up by 20 and let some of these sorry squads back in. No, laser focus. When this Cavs team plays the defense that they are capable of playing, remember, this Cavs team was built around defense. Defense is what got us to this place to begin with. When they play the defense that they're capable of, they are the best team in the NBA. They are a team that can beat Boston in a 7-game series. The problem with that is, hey, Boston's really hard to defend. But if they play that hard, if they play with that level of defensive intensity, they can beat any team in front of them. The Milwaukee Bucks coming into this game were red hot. As hot as a team could be. Now, they did not have Dame Lillard. So that is a demerit. We didn't have Isaac Okoro. That's not the same as not having Dame Lillard, but that's not nothing. Still, the Cavs beat the Bucks. What the Bucks kind of brought this back in garbage time. They were up by like 37 by the time I saw Tristan Thompson on the court. And if you don't know, when I see Tristan Thompson on the court, I stop watching the game. I start working on the video at that point, right? Because like, why Tristan Thompson is on the court voluntarily, the game is over, right? Tristan Thompson is the fat lady singing for the Cavaliers, right? So you love to see how many minutes did Tristan get? Tristan got 9 minutes in this game. It's an ass whipping. George Niang, I thought he had a couple of really key plays defensively. Ty Jerome got back into the mix offensively. Interestingly enough, with Max Strus back, right? Max Strus got back in the lineup. I thought he looked really good defensively. Offensively, he was working his way back, only 3 of 8 from the field, 3 of 8 from three-point. But you expect that to get better, and even 3 of 8 is not terrible, right? Donovan Mitchell was dynamite today. He only took 15 shots. He had 27 points. That's what you love right there. Darius Garland was hot from 3, 4 of 6 from 3, 6 of 15 from the floor, got 16 points out of him. I thought Jarrett Allen played really good. Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. They didn't give you a ton offensively, only 25 points between the both of them. But what they gave you defensively was immense because Giannis was held to 33 and 13 of 22 shooting. So you did a pretty good job against Giannis, given that like 6 of his points were from free throws. So really love to see how this Cavs team played. The backcourt for the Bucks gave them nothing in this one. Both of them dropped a goose egg in 17 and 15 minutes. They ended up having to go with like Chris Middleton and other guys. They didn't get much from their bench either, right? They just got Beauchamp and Middleton. The supporting cast didn't show up for the Milwaukee Bucks, but this was a certified beatdown. And look, it's the second time in a row we're talking about it with the Cavs, where when that defense shows up, even when you're playing a solid team, maybe a little bit of an underrated team in the Nets, and then Milwaukee, who came into this game with the hottest streak of any team in the NBA, just won the NBA Cup, red hot. You play defense like this, you shut it down. And this is something that I want to give credit to Kenny Atkinson for, and why I think if you're a Cavs fan, you have the permission to get excited about this team. Like that's what this game gave me. If you're a Cavs fan, you have permission to be excited about the Cleveland Cavaliers. How far they go, I don't know, right? I don't want to ruin your excitement about the team by setting expectations, because this team is so young that we should just go with the ride for this year. Expectations are a game to play next year, right? Let's see how far this team goes this year before we start putting expectations on them. But this is a team worth getting excited about. This is a real team. Like, they're not 24-4 by chance. They're not 24-4 because Ty Jerome's been shooting hot, right? I know some people painted it like that. But the fact is, they're 24-4 because they don't have to rely on Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland putting up 40 points a night in order to win. They don't have to rely on just their starting five to show up. The reason this Cavs team has such a good regular season record is because they have so many other guys on a day in, day out basis that can give them some points. Max Strus gives you 9 today. Karis LeVert gives you 7 big points today. Ty Jerome gives you 13 points. You know, you get what? Just an even smattering of scoring, right? 5 from Sam Merrill, 2 from Tristan Thompson. George Niang gives you 5. Like, just easy, smooth production. There's not really much of a drop-off when the Cavs have to get away from their starting five. Remember last year, the Cavs, the only lineup that the Cavs like were positive in when it came to plus minus, it felt like was the starting five for this team. That's not the case anymore. Kenny Atkinson has done a great job figuring out how to manipulate these lineups to get the most out of the depth of the Cavaliers, because we had no depth last year, no bench last year. All we got back was a healthy Ty Jerome, and now we look like one of the best benches in the NBA. That's a great job by Kenny Atkinson in manufacturing situations for these bench players to be successful, right? It's putting certain guys on the floor with certain other guys, right? Being creative with when these guys get their minutes. Kenny Atkinson is a great coach. Oh, we don't forget this, right? But Kenny Atkinson is a capital G great coach, and it's an amazing hire for the Cleveland Cavaliers because he is maximizing what this team is able to get out of all of these guys. Just fantastically. Evan Mobley is going to be a freaking superstar, man. There was one game, I think at the end of this game, I think it was the last thing before we saw Tristan Thompson check in, actually. There was a sequence here where I think Karis made a layup, Karis got a steal, then Donovan Mitchell canned a 3, then Milwaukee goes on the other side and misses something, and then Evan gets the ball. Well, I think somebody misses a wide open 3. Evan gets the rebound, and he just barrels right into Bobby Portis and Pat Connaughton and just finishes through them and gets the and one. And that's that's the stuff with Evan where I'm like, man, that's there. All of the stuff we've been waiting for, all of the stuff we've been like, hey, man, when that starts happening, hey, when he gets a little bigger, hey, when he gets a little stronger, hey, when that jump shot starts falling. All of this stuff that we have been hoping would come together and looking at and saying, hey, this is showing signs of coming together, is all starting to come together. Now, he still has a ways to go to become who he can be. And the only reason he has a ways to go is because he could be one of the best players in the NBA. So when you have that kind of potential, getting to the point to where Evan is, which is like a really, really, really good player, oh, you ain't even close, right? Evan Mobley's an all-star. He's not even close to his ceiling yet. Because once he gets there, right, where he's comfortable finishing through contact, he gets a little bit stronger. So now finishing through contact becomes a strength of his, and he gets more confident shooting that 3 and shooting jumpers, period, that those shots start dropping at a higher clip. Now Evan gets to start to develop his bag, his go-to moves, right? That's what you look for in the next couple of years for him to add to this skill set that he is showing that he has right now. Evan's going to be a hell of a player, man. I was watching him today. I'm like, that guy is like 2 or 3 years away from being the best player on this team. He's going to be that good. Even with Donovan Mitchell, who, by the way, was spectacular in this game offensively and, more importantly, defensively. Like, I think the main reason I can feel different about the way the Cavs are built versus like how the mid 2010s Portland Trailblazers were built is because Donovan Mitchell was such a better defender than like CJ McConnell, or I mean not CJ McConnell, than CJ and Dame, right? Than both of them. He's such a more willing defender and he's such a better defender. He has a penchant to get steals. He's a really good perimeter guy. And he's strong enough that if he gets switched to somebody who's bigger than him, it's not as easy as a mismatch as it is when like Darius Garland gets switched onto somebody who's bigger than him. Donovan, I think, is the thing that makes it possible for me to hope that this team can do more than just get to the Eastern Conference Finals. But watching this team, watching how well coached they are, the fact that, yeah, we did notice that they were kind of slacking off defensively at a certain point during the streak. The fact that, yeah, we did notice that you weren't getting the same intensity in the third quarter that you were getting in the first quarter with this team. And the fact that those things got addressed by Kenny Atkinson and his staff and this team, and now we're seeing it in action, where the Cavs have a 20-point lead and balloon it to like a 24-point, I mean not 24-point lead, like a 37-point lead. This team is real. Like if you've been on the sidelines waiting to see if you're gonna cheer, being cynical and skeptical of this team, drop that shit. That's not fun. Like waiting for a team that you love to fail, that's stupid. This team's good. Come on, enjoy it. It's going to be fun. This team is good. That's really all I got to say. I was excited about this game. I made a video about it earlier today about how big of a game this is for the Cavs, and how the record was deceiving for it. I thought this would be close. I thought you were going to have 30 points out of Donovan Mitchell. The fact that you were able to win this game, pull your starters with 9 minutes left, and now you go into a back-to-back against the Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid has played in the first game of his back-to-back, so he might not play tomorrow. We'll see what happens there. But the Cavs have 24 wins. They had 48 all of last year. We're about 1/3 through the season. The Cavs already have half of last year's wins. This is a sample size. And what I was waiting for this team to make sure like they are what I thought they are is after the win streak, right? Because like it's easy during the win streak. Everything's vibing. Everybody's on good things. You're getting crazy performances out of role players because everybody's feeling good. But then they got out that win streak, and then things got a little shaky against Atlanta. And I wanted to see how this team bounced back. And now they have bounced back, and I think they're better right now than they were during the streak. And that's a team that's going to do some shit. That's my thoughts. Let me know what you think. They just beat the brakes off the Milwaukee Bucks. And I know the NBA TV crew tried to act like, oh, well, the Bucks didn't get that much of a break. The Bucks played their last game on Tuesday. The Cavs played their last game on Monday. Both these teams had multiple days, man. Like I cannot believe that's the excuse that we're gonna roll with. But yeah, man, they just beat the brakes off the Bucks. The absolute brakes off the Bucks. And there were points in this game where like Evan was just putting Giannis in a bear hug. But that's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Y'all have a great day. Have an even better night. Peace.